The idea of prosperity is, for many, synonymous with financial stability and a comfortable material life. However, when we look from a biblical perspective, especially through the lens of Solomon's wisdom, we see that wealth goes far beyond that. In Solomon's view, true prosperity is deeply rooted in principles of justice and wisdom. It is formed from a sincere relationship with God, where financial growth is a consequence, not the ultimate goal. For him, it is not money that brings peace, but the understanding of divine purpose. Many people spend their whole lives seeking security in jobs and material possessions, but still feel empty. This constant feeling of dissatisfaction arises because wealth without purpose is like water that never quenches thirst. God teaches us that true financial security does not come from a work contract, but from the wise application of divine principles in daily life. Thus, the path of prosperity becomes something alive, growing as we understand eternal values. It is in this vision of faith and spiritual security that true peace is found. Solomon invites us to see wealth differently, not as an end, but as a tool to fulfill the divine purpose in our lives. For him, wealth without wisdom is just a burden, while wealth with wisdom is a means of living fully. Imagine a life where financial decisions are not based on fear or unchecked ambition, but on the certainty of walking hand in hand with God's principles. This understanding frees us from the burden of merely having and brings us closer to the blessing of truly being. This introduction leads us to a reflection that challenges the common concept of stability. It invites us to consider that true prosperity is not accumulated in bank accounts, but cultivated in wise hearts and minds. This is just the beginning of a journey to understand that the wealth that truly matters is not measured in financial values, but in wisdom and purpose. Overcoming crises and adversities as opportunities for growth. Hard times and challenges are something we all face in life, and King Solomon reminds us that these moments show how strong we truly are. In Proverbs, he says, "If you give up when trouble comes, your strength is small." This means that difficulties are like tests. They show us how much resilience we have, but they also give us a chance to grow and get better. When we see problems as chances to learn, we can find ways to move forward and even succeed. When we face tough situations with faith and courage, we discover skills and strengths we didn't know we had. Think about a time when you lost money or had a hard financial moment. Those times are when creativity and determination come alive. Many successful people found their path during hard times because they learned to adapt and try new things. Solomon encourages us to have this same spirit of perseverance. Every challenge we face with strength prepares us for the next one. The Bible teaches that God uses tough times to shape our character and strengthen our faith. This truth applies to all areas of life, including our finances. Solomon reminds us to see each difficulty as a chance to grow, asking God for wisdom to help us through life's storms. When we look at obstacles this way, they stop being barriers and become opportunities to grow stronger. This perspective helps us face challenges calmly and wisely, knowing that every victory moves us closer to real independence. By facing tough times with faith and determination, we become an example to others, showing how to trust God and never give up. Each crisis can become a stepping stone, leading to new success and teaching us the real value of resilience and faith. Debunking myths about money and faith. People often say, money is the root of all evil, but that's not what the Bible really teaches. The Bible says it's the love of money that is the root of all evil. King Solomon, known for his wisdom, helps us see that money itself isn't the problem. It's the place it holds in our hearts. If we let money take over our thoughts and control our actions, that's when trouble starts. But when we see money as a tool to help others and serve God, it becomes something powerful and good. Some people think being close to God means being poor, but that's not true. The Bible gives us examples of faithful people like Abraham, Job, and Solomon, who were very wealthy but still had strong relationships with God. The real issue isn't having wealth, it's how we use it and whether it reflects good values. Solomon reminds us that wealth can be a sign of God's blessings when it's used the right way, for good purposes. The real question is, does money control us, or do we use money wisely to serve God's purpose? Money is a blessing when we use it to help others, live generously, and do good things. But if money becomes the most important thing in our lives, it can turn into a heavy burden. That's why it's important to use money carefully and with wisdom, always remembering God's purpose for our lives. Wanting material comfort isn't wrong, but it should always align with God's teachings. Money isn't the center of our lives. It's a resource we use to honor God and help others. This balance keeps our faith strong and helps us live a truly rich life. Solomon teaches us that building wealth also builds the kind of mindset that prepares us for eternity in heaven. The lessons we learn about handling money wisely here on earth will be even more valuable in heaven. The entrepreneurial mindset and creating opportunities. Having an entrepreneurial mindset means looking past obstacles and seeing chances to grow in every situation. King Solomon, known for his wisdom and hard work, teaches us that real financial freedom comes from being active, creative, and willing to try new things. It's not just about starting a business. It's about having a creative and resourceful way of thinking in all parts of life. It's about using the talents and gifts God gave you to create something valuable, something that can provide for you and bless others. This way of thinking teaches us not to depend on just one job or one way to be stable. Imagine how freeing it would be to know your income isn't limited to a single paycheck, but comes from your ability to create and adapt, no matter the situation. Solomon tells us to be hardworking and to learn from the ant. The ant doesn't need a boss to tell it what to do, but it gathers food and prepares for the future. This example encourages us to think in new ways and become independent through what we can do with our own hands. Having an entrepreneurial mindset also means trying different things and putting effort into small projects that could grow into something bigger. For example, turning a hobby into a way to earn money is one way to start. When we are creative and take initiative, we not only improve our financial situation, but also live in a way that honors our values. The Bible reminds us that God blesses the work we do, so being entrepreneurial is also a way of showing faith. With this mindset, every situation becomes a chance to grow, whether the opportunity is big or small. Solomon teaches that hard work and bravery are key to reaching financial freedom. It starts with small steps, like trying new ideas, and grows over time. The entrepreneurial mindset helps us take charge of our lives, giving us the courage to open doors that others may think are shut. It's a way of living that shows trust in God's plan and allows us to make the most of every opportunity. Redefining the source of wealth. When we think about being rich, we often picture money or fancy things. But the Bible teaches us that real wealth goes much deeper and lasts much longer than material things. King Solomon, who was very wise, shows us that true wealth comes from wisdom, fairness, and living with God's purpose in mind. These treasures can't fade away or be taken by life's struggles. They make our lives meaningful and our work important. Having lots of money by itself won't bring happiness if it's not guided by higher values. Many people have great fortunes, but still feel empty and confused. God's plan for us is to seek a kind of wealth that feeds our souls, stands strong over time, and helps others to grow too. Solomon teaches that the most important riches include wisdom, kindness, and a heart full of love for others. These blessings change us, bringing us closer to the purpose God has for our lives. He also challenges us to see wealth not just as something to keep for ourselves, but as something to share and use to help others. When we understand this truth, we begin to notice how even small choices can have great value. Success isn't just about us. It becomes part of a bigger mission where we help those around us and give glory to God. This is real wealth, the kind that shows God's goodness and blessings in our lives. These lessons encourage us to think about where we put our trust and energy. Wealth from God doesn't rely on the stock market or a job. It comes from living by His values. When we do this, we start to see money as a tool to do good, not as the most important thing. It becomes a way to grow and serve, helping us fulfill God's plans. Persistence as the foundation for lasting financial success. Persistence is one of the most important keys to finding success, both in money and in life. King Solomon, in his wisdom, teaches us that quick wishes don't bring lasting rewards, but those who work hard and stick to their goals will prosper. To be persistent means to keep going toward what you want, even when things don't seem to go your way. It's like a quiet strength that turns small, everyday efforts into big results over time. Building financial success takes this kind of steady effort. It doesn't happen in one day or all at once. Think of a small plant. If you water it a little every day, it grows strong and healthy. Prosperity works the same way. It grows when we are patient, consistent, and wise. Every small win along the way shows us that our hard work is worth it, even if it takes a while to see big results. Solomon teaches that staying committed to your goals is what sets successful people apart from those who give up too soon. Being persistent doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means facing them with a plan and patience. Persistence is not stubbornly refusing to change. It's about being flexible when needed, but still keeping your eyes on the goal. When we meet challenges with determination and a willingness to adapt, we become stronger and better prepared for the future. This is the secret to building a solid foundation in life and money, one that can handle ups and downs because it is rooted in strong values and faith. Persistence is also a way to show faith, trusting that our efforts have a purpose and that the rewards will come in the right time. Solomon encourages us to treat each day as a chance to grow and every little step as part of a bigger journey. This is the real power of persistence, turning dreams into real accomplishments and leaving behind a legacy. It is this steady dedication with patience and faith that leads us to true success and prosperity in line with God's plan. The importance of financial education from a biblical perspective. When trying to become successful, many people forget something very important: learning how to handle money wisely. King Solomon, in his great wisdom, teaches us that understanding how to use what we have is key to finding real success. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon tells us to seek wisdom and understanding above everything else. Why? Because these are the tools we need to build a strong and lasting foundation for wealth. It's not just about earning money. It's about knowing how to manage it carefully and responsibly. Learning about money or financial education is about more than just numbers. It's about making sure the way we use our money matches our values and responsibilities. It's not enough to make a lot of money if we don't know how to use it well. We need to make every penny count and work for us. Solomon also warns us that if we don't control our money, we can become vulnerable. We might depend too much on other people or on things that can easily change. But when we learn to manage our money well, we find the freedom that comes from living a well-planned life. The Bible tells us to gain knowledge because it helps us avoid making mistakes with our money that could lead us away from God's plan for our lives. Imagine how much better life would be if every money choice you made was wise, helping you avoid debt and prepare for a stable future. That's the kind of wisdom Solomon wants for us all. God's plan for prosperity is built on discipline and being ready. Learning how to manage money is not just a skill. It's a way to show our dedication to God. It helps us grow while staying faithful to His teachings. When we use money wisely, we move closer to the life of abundance God desires for us, walking confidently and faithfully toward true success. And always remember, you don't need to donate money to churches to prosper. You only do if you want. Don't fall for the trap of these pastors. We will never ask for your money. Just a like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the message. See you in the next video.